to Valley Homes on TV. You're watching us on Channel 26. You see us on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. I am Debbie Giordano, one of your co-hosts, along with Todd Flesner.
Hello, Debbie. How you doing?
Doing good. Been
Terrific.
busy already for the start of the year. So.
Well, we're here early in 2016, and we were talking a little bit before the show, and it has been busy. A quick start to the year in the real estate business.
On my end, and then I understand on your lending end, and
As well.
Interest rates have dropped, and maybe refis are coming in a little bit. And
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
yeah.
So, so we're looking forward to 2016.
Well, who do you have today?
Well, we talk in the industry, there's some lingo, right? And some terms that we utilize, escrow, title. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. What does that mean? And so we have Lynn Dang, who's here. Lynn's with Old Republic Title. And she's going to help us understand a little bit more about what those terms are, what's the function of escrow, what does that mean,
Terrific.
what's title insurance. And so, Lynn, welcome.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
glad
you
to
for
have
having me.
Thank you for making the trip out here to Milpitas.
Thank you. I'm here all the time.
Actually, your office is not too far away.
No, it's probably 15 minutes away.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah, terrific. Well, we're going to get to know you a little bit here as we dig into the show. And so maybe tell us a little bit about your background. Where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? And perhaps what led you into the title escrow business?
Sure. So I came to this country 1978. Years ago, when I grew up, I was born in Tuy Hoa, Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
At 17, my brother and I, we left Vietnam, and we one of those boat people.
Mm-hmm.
So we landed in Hong Kong. From there, my aunt already lived in the States, and she sponsored us, and we came to Little Rock, Arkansas. So we landed there, and we lived with her for a couple of years, and we moved to Dallas, Texas. I was there for a couple of years, and my parents came to the refugee camp in Hong Kong. So I sponsored them, and they moved to Dallas, Texas. From there, we stayed there for a little while, and my parents heard that California has a lot more opportunities for education, for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So we packed our bags and got on the Greyhound bus, and we came to San Jose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you've stayed here.
Yes.
So what are the things you like best about living in the Bay Area in Silicon Valley?
Oh, gosh. The diversity of culture. That's what I love. The weather, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, a vast choices of great food. Yeah.
And of course, next few days, the Super Bowl, right?
Yes. We have great teams here.
Well, terrific. And this is a great place, and we love Milpitas and the North Valley area. But tell us a bit about your work experience in title and escrow, and what led you into that field. Perhaps how long you've been in the industry.
I've been in real estate industry in general about 25 years,
Mm-hmm.
with title a year. But I started at, when I came to this country, being the oldest of 5 children. So I went to vocational school, community college, because I have to support myself. So I got into real estate at that time. I started out as a secretary. I did some secretary work for about 3-4 years. And then from there, I went to, the opportunity came up, and it was offered to me as a real estate appraisal. So I started working as a staff appraiser for 11 years. And from there, I was offered within the company to become an account executive for wholesale lending division. So I did that for another 10 years. So
You don't look old enough.
oh, thank you.
Wait a minute, I'm trying to add up this life here. Excuse me. I had to say that. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. You're so kind. So I did that, and then in 2008, we all went through the mortgage meltdown.
Yes, yes.
So I got laid off. From there, I decided, okay, so what do?
Right.
changed career, so I
Right.
went and got my property and casualty insurance license, and
Wow.
I work as an insurance agent for 2.5 years. And then I went back as an appraiser for another 3 years. And then I missed the, working with people, interacting
Okay.
with people, helping people. Because through my years as an account executive, I built great relationships with people I work with. So I missed that. So I went back in sales. So here I am with
Yeah.
title.
What a great background to, and a lead-in to what you're doing now. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So let's talk the word title
Right.
and escrow. So question is, what is it? What is its function, and how does it fit into the real estate industry?
So title insurance industry has been around for 125 years, out there protecting homeowners with their homes, and so it's been around for 125 years or so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, and escrow, and what would that be?
How does that fit into
Yeah.
the real estate in
Mhm.
general? So most of title company out there provide title and escrow insurance to homeowners, right? Anytime that you refinance your home, or you purchase and buying or selling a home, you look for a reputable company that can take care of your transactions. Anytime that you a real estate transfer in title, is involved a lot of money, right? Change hands.
So in other words, the escrow is sort of a third party.
Correct.
They're the third. They're the in between, or the
Correct.
leg between all these different factors and components
Right,
of the
to make
transaction.
sure that everything is legal.
Okay.
Money change hands from one party to the next.
Mhm.
Make sure it's are documented and is handled in the security manner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Well, sure, of course, if someone's handing over a lot of money for a piece of property, right, they want to make sure that in return they get the ownership interest of that, right? But you're not going to release that money until it's secure, right? And so
Right.
that's part of, I think, the role that you play there is that security for
Right.
folks. Talking about security in insurance, and you have a little bit of an insurance background as well. Sometimes people want to know, what's the difference between title insurance and my homeowner's insurance, and why do I need
It's a
that
great
policy?
question.
It is because when real estate is transferred, or title is transferred, we as a company, title insurance, we do a lot of research. We look into public records to make sure that
Okay.
there's any liens against the property, judgments, forgery in title. Any errors we look for to make sure that there's no liens against the property, to make sure it's clear before we close escrow. So it is recommended, it's not required, but is protect the customer from unforeseen problems that could come up, that it didn't come up in a title search.
Okay.
Okay, I think that answers the. I was going to ask you, should parties obtain title insurance, and why? And I think you gave some very good reasons why. So let's look at.
It give them a peace of mind,
Okay.
assurance that if something come up, and if someone to sue them, at least that would help their financial loss in case of there's legal defense involved.
And
Yeah.
Lynn, whenever you're a buyer of a piece of property, you may someday be a seller of
Right.
that piece of property.
Right.
So I would assume that also when they go to sell that property, that title insurances cover them up until the time of the purchase. So there may be, a new title search needed for the time that they've owned that property.
Correct.
So that they can give clear title to the next
Correct.
seller. Okay,
Correct.
great. Let's talk about, we talked about escrow. So how are escrow companies different?
In general, we offer the same products. However, I believe that service is really the key. Who do you want to work with? Who do you trust? So we as a company pride ourselves on service. So our goals is to build long-lasting relationship with our clients. So service is the key, I would say.
Well, and I think Todd might agree with me, since you do loans and
Absolutely.
deal with escrow companies. Time is of the essence. Maybe you need that service level, that immediate service,
Absolutely.
because transactions are very time sensitive. So I know
Right.
that's what I
Absolutely.
find.
Right, every contract has a period of time in which it must be completed in. And in the mortgage world, we're under a whole new set of regulations.
Right.
And time pressures in terms of disclosures. As soon as we have a transaction that we put together, those disclosures have got to be into the hands
Right.
of a borrower within 3 business days. And so, I'm dependent upon having a great relationship with a quality escrow officer who's going to be able to turn around the information that we need to be able to take care of the legal responsibility that we have to make those disclosures to someone who's looking to borrow money.
Right.
And so
Absolutely.
there's a real team effort.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what about regulation and oversight? Is the industry, is it regulated in the state of California, and who oversees that? Is it Department of Corporations? Is it the Insurance Commissioner? Just
It's California Department of Insurance
Okay.
that oversee all title
Okay, good.
companies and regulate them. Yes.
Good. So I would suspect that anybody wanting to do business with the title or escrow company wants to make sure that they're in good standing
Correct.
with those
Mhm.
regulations.
Yes. Absolutely.
What other functions do you offer? Lenders, refinancing? So we talked about like the buy and sell transactions, and I'm certain that you're involved with lenders. And so what other, who are the players? Who are the groups that you work with?
So we provide title insurance and escrow to individuals, to lenders, people that wanted to refinance their homes,
Okay.
selling their homes. We also do 1031 exchange. We provide title and escrow for REO's properties, short sales, land purchases, commercial, and businesses as well.
You do businesses?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Okay, good. Are there some challenges or some things that folks might want to look out for in the escrow process, or when they're in the middle of a transaction? Some key things, you open an escrow, you get a title report, right? Are there some key things that folks ought to be aware of, or things that they ought to be looking for?
We have a lot of tenure escrow officers working for us. So the key is when an escrow is open, our escrow officer is on top of things to coordinate communication among all parties involved, buyers, seller, lenders, listing agent, buyer's agent. So get everyone involved and have keep them abreast to what's going on during the process of the escrow, and also comply with lenders' requirements, pull documentations from buyers and borrowers' instructions as well. Yeah.
Are you familiar, here's one of the other questions, about what title problems could come up, like liens, list pendants? How are those resolved, or what are some of those challenges in those areas?
When before a title is an escrow is open, we always do research on titles, and so 1 out of 4 title searches we reveal a problem with title.
Something that's maybe
Yes.
not even known to them.
Yes.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, and the
Could be
most
child
common
support
one,
liens and-
absolutely. The most common one's actually tax liens.
Tax liens.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So that could be either for property taxes, could be income taxes,
Right.
or other, okay.
Right.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, yeah.
I'll be darned.
All right. Well, I didn't realize that it was that common, about 25% of.
I've had a few of those. I'm not doing that 20, not myself personally, but my clients, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and on occasion that happens. We'll have a surprise when
A
we
surprise, right,
open title.
right.
And
Yep.
And you need a good escrow officer that can, see you through the end of those
Absolutely.
challenges.
Well, maybe tell us a little bit about what it is that you like about the industry. What is it that you enjoy about being involved in title and escrow?
The beauty of my job is I get to meet great people and working with people, helping with people, and like I said in the past, I have great experience of building long-lasting relationship with people that I work with. So some of them become friends, and so it's great to have that as part of your job. Yeah,
Terrific.
absolutely.
And in closing, any other personal goals and aspirations?
I think I'm at a good place in my life. My kids are grown, and I'm having a good job. So it's just trying to have a good balanced life between work and personal, and try to stay healthy. And travel more. I would love that.
All right.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, Lynn, it's been just a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks for sharing with folks a little bit about what happens in that mysterious process called escrow, right? And what happens when you look to go clear title for someone.
Are we able to provide any contact information for you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My office is located in downtown San Jose. It's right on 224 Airport Parkway, right in San Jose.
Maybe an email address for you?
Sure, is L Dang, D-A-N-G, so L-D-A-N-G at ORTC.com. And my phone number is 408-595-8263. And I'm looking forward to service whoever walk into our doors.
Great. Well,
Terrific.
thank you. And I know you serve the Milpitas community well.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Best
Great.
of luck.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
If you keep tanning, indoors or out, the effects of harmful rays will show up on your skin. Wrinkles, age spots, and an increased risk of melanoma, the second most common cancer in women 15 to 29. Stop tanning. Time may not be on your side. Learn how to protect your skin at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Welcome, everyone. You're watching Valley Homes on TV. I'm Debbie Indahar Giordano, along with Todd Flesner and local loan broker. Here to talk about the month of January, right?
Yeah, we're getting 2016 off to a
Right,
start. And,
right.
I don't know about you, but it has been busy.
Pretty busy, yeah. Lots of enough open houses. This past weekend, I had 135 families through a 2-day open house.
Oh, my goodness.
Just sold the property today. Here in Milpitas, it went 67,000 over list. So it's going to be one of those markets again this year, I think.
It looks like it. I know that, I'm doing lots of pre-approvals these days. And, typically we say Super Bowl is a kickoff to the
Right.
home buying season.
Right,
and,
right.
We've kicked off in a big way.
Yeah, we have. So I have a question for you. I picked up an article in the San Jose Mercury. It says 5 ways to pay off your mortgage.
Okay.
I know you're in the business of giving mortgages, not actually paying them off, but some interesting. One way is to refinance. I guess you could refinance the mortgage to change the terms.
Better terms, shorter terms.
So how does that work? Going maybe from a 30-year to a 15-year term?
Sure, and you can do that, shorten the term, or decrease the interest rate.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll have people who will lower the interest rate, and what they'll do is they'll stay at the same payment level that they've had, and then knock the years off that way. So
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good way to do it. The other is biweekly payments. Rather than making once a month, you make a payment every other week.
Correct.
And then you have an extra 1 or 2 payments a year, and then you're paying down the interest on a biweekly. And they said that could cut off 4 years off of a 30-year mortgage.
In some instances, I've seen as many as 7 or 8 years
Wow.
cut off. Because you actually make 13 months of payments during the year. They're 26 weeks, right, bi-weekly, so that's 13 months worth of payments. And that can add up over time as well.
Another way is to make regular lump sum payments.
Correct.
We can pay that down by lump sum. Round up your monthly payments. Take your payment number and then round up the number so you're paying a little bit more. And believe it or not, here, a person that would pay normally, and this is pretty low, but $1,240 a month. If they round it up to $1,300, they actually would save 7 years. They said so. That was on a biweekly payment. So, and then dedicate one extra payment, maybe just one extra payments onto the mortgage.
Yeah, so that's a possibility as well. But if you prepay a loan, though, it's always good to mark that in the memo section that this is for principal.
For principal.
Reduction.
Okay.
So you're clear with the servicer.
Okay.
that they do that. So it didn't have in there winning the lottery. So, I guess those are practical tips.
Those are practical tips. Awesome. So, tips for buyers and sellers in 2016. For buyers, number 1, start early. I guess you know that.
Yes.
More than 85% of buyers who plan to buy this year do so in the spring or summer. Compare shop for loans. And I just gave you a loan buyer, and then they'd gotten pre-approved somewhere else, and you were able to give them a second opinion on the loan, so that was helpful, so that's good. Consider new construction. I guess so, but that doesn't help our business. We're in resales. For sellers, it's best if you list during the peak season. Now, we typically find March, April, May to be peak, but what I experienced this last weekend kind of throws all that rationale out the door,
Well, the demand is high, right?
Correct.
At this point in time. And I'm seeing some pent-up demand. With interest rates being as low as they are, that helps to keep payments affordable, and folks are afraid that prices are going to continue to rise. So if they wait till later this year or wait till next year, the prices could be higher. So
well, and speaking of price, that's one of the key tips for the sellers is to really price it at market. I mean, you let the market go ahead and drive the final price. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So how are we doing with our numbers here?
You want to hear the numbers?
Yes.
They're getting pretty good. So let's look at the market price here, right here in Milpitas only. Look at January 2015. We had a average single-family home price of $763,000 and a median price of $715,000, and that's now jumped to last month an average price of $846,000 and a median price of $795,000. Now, we had reached up to $900,000, if I remember, just a few months ago. We kind of took a dip, but we're going to see a fast escalation. I can tell you after, if folks want to tune in a month or two, you're going to definitely see an acceleration.
Well, and that's not uncommon that, kind of during those holiday months, we'll see a little bit of a break in the market.
Right. So the condo market, still very active. Single family, condo townhome in Milpitas, $547,000 for an average price. Median price, $550,000. And last month, in January 2016, that's jumped to $608,000. Can you believe that? For a condo.
Yeah, that's a 10% increase.
10% increase, and then $540,000 for the median price. So the condo market, I think, is just what's continued to astound me. That is affordable. It's a great entry level. My understanding is that only 18% of folks can really afford to buy a property in Santa Clara County. So that's more affordable is the condo.
Well, and, there's a new loan program out too that really, I think, helps folks. One of the challenges that some people have with prices being as high as they are here in the Bay Area is the down payment, right? How long does it take you to save enough to get to 20% down payment? There's a new program, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac have just announced that you can get into a property with a loan of up to $625,000 with just 5% down payment.
Wow.
All right, so that'll get you into a $650,000 property, which is our condo market here with 5% down.
Okay,
And so
okay.
that's designed to help the first-time home buyer, designed to help the folks who just haven't been able to save up the down payment. And so it's a great tool that people have to be able to, get into the home ownership market as opposed to being renters.
Well, Todd, part of what you do in providing loans is you give some financial advice and you look at the economic indicators. Let's talk about what's gone on since just the beginning of this year. The stock market's been very volatile.
Extremely volatile. It has, and oil prices have dropped as well. We're on the heels of the Federal Reserve making a major change in their policy by increasing interest rates. So there's been a lot of activity, and there's been some uncertainty with that in China and their sell-off. And the result has been actually to drive interest rates down. So we are now in an area that the rates are as low as they've been in the last couple of years.
Wow.
It's a good window of opportunity for people who perhaps are looking to refinance. Work with a lot of folks who are consolidating some of their outstanding debt that they might have, that perhaps, when times were tight, they maybe got some credit cards that got balances on them. So it's a great chance to try to do that. We're going to continue to watch the economic tea leaves as they go forward here. Employment is good, particularly here in this valley. Our employment rates are low, but we're going to watch inflation, and that's one of the things that the Fed is watching.
That will depend on if they look to raise. I hear maybe they won't raise rates again this year. I mean.
Yeah, I think the Fed was a little bit caught off guard by
Right.
What happened in the market as a response to their increase.
Right.
We're so globally connected now, and with that in conjunction with the China stock market and the correction there, really had the financial markets kind of taking a pause and, whoa, hold on, what are valuations really like?
Okay.
And so we're going to watch it real closely going forward.
All right. Well, good advice. So, again, folks, if they need to get pre-approved, I would they come to see you before they shop. And
Absolutely. Shoot me an email, tflesner@opusadvisors.com. Always happy to do that. Folks have questions about the local real estate market here. You're the expert.
yeah, Giordano DJ at AOL.com.
Terrific.
All right, so we'll tune in, and we've got another show coming up. We're trying to get the Economic Development Director here from the city of Milpitas, get her on board and talk about the Super Bowl that just happened and all the different economic factors that play into our market and actually affects our local real estate market.
Well, that would be really interesting because I know, anytime an area hosts a Super Bowl or a major event, they talk about the economic impact. So to be able to get some direct feedback on that is going to be great.
That's going to be great. So look forward to that. Anyway, thank you folks for watching Valley Homes on TV, and we'll see you soon.